Merry Christmas!
Hi, everybody. We are the ladies from IBPIR, the Women and the Weird, and today we're going to be discussing the not so nice side of Christmas with the craziness of Krampus and other myths and legends and death by mistletoe and all kinds of good stuff. So here we go. Jade?
Death by mistletoe? Wait a minute, you've got me intrigued.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay, explain that one.
No, you gotta start with Krampus.
You can't throw something like that at me and then expect me not to get curious.
It leads into it.
Well, my limited experience says that he is basically a brother, as far as myth goes, to Krampus, and his role is it's a very good and evil dynamic where Santa is the reward portion, but Krampus is the punisher, basically, for the naughty children that refuse to listen to their parents.
Yeah, he is a half goat, half demon from Central European folklore. He punishes children just like Saint Nick rewards them. And he can whip the naughty ones with birch branches that he carries in his sack, or he can drag them off and eat them. So it's really somebody that you don't want to run into.
Does he bring salt?
He carries chains and bells, like we heard earlier, and we thought that Chris was getting dragged away by Krampus because it really sounded like
bells and whistles galore. Oh, bye.
There are lots of festivals, Krampus festivals. Krampus was banned by the Nazis due to his pagan roots. A lot of people don't know that. So this folklore goes way back. There is one festival, I believe it's in Austria, where the people dress up like Krampus and they have their little sticks and stuff and they walk down the street and they whip people. And they like the spectators, they smack them for being naughty, and they have a number on their back just in case they hit somebody too hard or something gets broken, then they can, use that number to identify which one did it. Like, could you imagine being a spectacle at a parade and watching a spectator at a parade and watching all this stuff and your glasses get broken? I mean, anything crazy like that could happen.
I would be a little horrified.
Modern days, they use him as like the reaction to the commercialization of Christmas with presents and stuff. So they just use Krampus instead, like we're not going to buy presents because everybody's been naughty, so it's going to bring Krampus on. Did you look into like the female version of Krampus?
From which region?
It's German.
The German region?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't look into that. I did see it saw a basically version of it in New Orleans with the parade.
Oh, okay. When does that go?
Coming from crewofkrampus.com, the largest Krampus parade in America, we welcome visitors and performers from all over the country and abroad, in addition to two large local crowds. Let's see, scrolling down. The crew of Krampus is leading the way by elevating not only the creative standards of walking parades, but also advancing yada, 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 yada. They're calling it, let's see, these events are known as Krampuslauf, with Lauf meaning run.
Okay.
They brought that tradition to New Orleans And it's like their Mardi Gras, but it's for Christmas and Krampus. So
Okay. Well, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't even know that went on.
So like I said, I didn't know the German counterpart for it, but this would be
Well,
the New Orleans counterpart for it.
I will tell you. Her name is Frau Perkte. And I had to look up how to pronounce these names. Everybody, I mean, if I say it wrong, I'm sorry. But I did the best I could. Her name is Frau Perkte. She's a fierce and alpine winter goddess, but she's considered the Christmas witch. And she roams the 12 days between Christmas and Epiphany, inspecting homes and punishing lazy or disobedient in their bellies, disemboweling them, stuffing them full of straw and rocks. And to her, she's like a ragged looking woman that carries a knife, or she has an iron beak like a bird. And what she does is she comes into your house, and if your house is dirty, if you haven't had your wool spun so you can make your clothing or whatever done by the certain time, that she cuts you open. And if you were a naughty child, she cuts you open too. And then supposedly, if you were good, she would leave you coins. But she's just a judgy woman that comes into your house. And if your house is dirty, she's going to cut you open and stuff you full of rocks and straw and leave you there. So we don't want to be that lazy person.
No, but it is.
Look at this house. I'm about ready for that any day now. I'm so glad she's not real.
At least we like to hope not.
I am struggling to get it done, but I'm getting there.
Right. Did you heard of the postcard tradition, right?
Yes, but go ahead and tell us anyway.
Holiday cards weren't meant to make you feel warm and fuzzy. One's marked Gross vom Krampus, greetings from Krampus, showed Krampus stuffing a distressed child into his satchel and preparing to hit one with a bundle of birch sticks. These were many of these postcards were depicted Krampus going after children with the sticks and then leading them away in chains or carrying off in his bag.
I have one of those postcards, but it's a replica. I guess they're from the 1800s. I mean, I would really like to run across some greeting cards, any kind of greeting cards from the 1800s. That would just be amazing.
That was actually, according to History Channel, it was the 1890s is when they started that, like really amping it up.
That's awesome.
And they also had more adult ones.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
I'm just gonna say it. That would terrify me.
Yeah.
That would absolutely terrify me. I might, it might just be just because I'm the size of a child, and even though I'm much older, that would terrify me.
So this Frau Perchted lady apparently has her own little minions that follow her around too, just like Krampus does. That go around, they go on a wild hunt for disobedient children in messy houses. But she has a good counterpart, which is named Frigg, the goddess of marriage, motherhood, prophecy, and domestics. She's the wife of Odin. Known as the All-Mother, possesses wisdom and foresight. She can change fate because she has foresight. But apparently, she didn't look into this one because she had a son. Oh, she was the stepmother of Thor, too, by the way. Where's her son's name? Balder. She had a son named Balder that she just loved, and he, like the god of love and joy and light and just, everything happy. Well, Loki exploited to have him killed. The mother, this Frigg lady, had gone to everything in the universe and asked it not to hurt or harm her son, but she forgot about the mistletoe. So this is where death by mistletoe comes in. Loki gives a mistletoe dart to Balder's blind brother, Hor. Hor was the god of war. He goes and gives him, this mistletoe dart. And, he's the god of war, so he just takes it and throws it. And he hits his brother with it and kills him. Because Frigg didn't ask the mistletoe not to harm her son. It's the only thing in the universe, and kills him.
Oops.
Yeah.
I was going to owe him a big gift for that one.
That story is supposed to symbolize, good and evil. The war between good and evil.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Yule Cat?
There's a Yule Cat?
Yes.
Meow.
Okay. It's Yola Catcherine. I think that's how you say it. It's a giant feline from Icelandic folklore, prowls the countryside at Christmas, eating people who haven't received new clothes before Christmas Eve. The incentive for this is to be hardworking and finish your knitting before Christmas Eve. It's linked to the Yule lads, and they have an ogress mother. The cat ensures wool production and charity from wealthy families to give their socks that they're extra socks to poorer families. So it's supposed to be a tradition to teach you to do your work, get your knitting done, and be charitable to people that don't have as much as you do. Now this cat's crazy because the family that owns it are supposed to be giant ogres. And the woman, her husband's lazy. They have like 13 boys that run around with them too. Hold on.
Grilla. Much like Krampus, the Yule Cat's purpose is to encourage good behavior.
Mm-hmm. Grilla is the woman's name. Her husband is Lapadalu. And they have the Yule lads. And what they do, what they do is they go around and punish the naughty or the lazy children. And then sometimes they drag them off and they cook them in a pot. Now, supposedly this lady has between 15 and 30 tails. And on her tails, this story is crazy. On her tail, she has a balloon. On her tail, she has a balloon, and supposedly she has 12 children in every balloon. Yeah. That's a lot of naughty kids.
And suddenly I'm having flashbacks to killer clowns from outer space just because, they're storing snacks for later.
That's probably where this came from. I don't know. The Yule lads are brothers. They appear one at a time during the 13 nights of Christmas, leaving small gifts for the good children and rotten potatoes and stuff for the bad children. And they also do pranks. Okay. One of them is the sheep called Clyde, which harasses sheep. The second one is Gulligog. It steals milk from the cow sheds. The third one is Stubby. It steals crust from pots and pans. The fourth one is the spoon licker, and it licks spoons. The fifth one is the pie scraper. It scrapes leftovers from pots. The sixth one is the bowl licker, steals bowls from underneath beds. The seventh one is the door slammer. It slams doors. So the seventh one comes around all year long, if you ask me.
You're making my brain hurt.
Called, I know, Skur Gobbler, which is apparently he eats your yogurt. The ninth one is a sausage swiper, which steals sausages. The 10th one is a window peeper. It peeks in your windows. Yeah. They
I
had to
wonder
blame
if
a,
I
they
wonder
had to
if
blame an
those
evil
were the whole
goblin.
reason. I wonder if those were the whole reason they came up with the actual Gremlins movies.
It's possible. I
It is
mean, these
possible.
are really old stories.
Yeah, they are.
Um, the 11th one is a doorway sniffer. It sniffs bread. So if you're baking bread, it comes and sniffs outside the door. Trying to that would be creepy. Could you imagine something scratching and sniffing at your door? You open up your
Considering
door
how
and there's
much I
nothing
make
there.
bread, that is also terrifying to me.
There's nothing there. The 12th one is the meat hook. It has a hook that it takes and steals your meat with it and runs away. 13th one is the candle beggar. It just steals the candles.
This is
So
like a
all of these,
conglomeration of all the supervillains.
yeah, all of these are like really old stories. And they're basically made to scare people into doing good and, getting your chores done and don't misbehave and just crazy things like that.
Did you know that there is actually a poem called "The Christmas Cat" by Johannes Ur Kotlum? I know
Nope,
I butchered that. I'm sorry.
it's fine. I can't do it either. These sort of things are so hard. Tell us about it. Tell us the poem.
You know the Christmas cat? That cat is very large. We don't know where he came from, nor where he has gone. He opened his eyes widely, glowing both of them. It was
Mhm.
not for cowards to look into them. His hair sharp as needles, his back is high and bulgy, and claws on his hairy paw were not a pretty sight. Therefore, the women competed to rock and sew and spin and knitted colorful clothes or one little sock. For the cat could not come and get the children, they had to get new clothes from the grown-ups. That's the translation of it.
Yeah, that's about the Yule cat. You had to have
Yeah.
new clothes or at least have new socks. Otherwise, the cat would come and eat you. Or
Wow.
his family would come and take you away and boil you in a pot at some point.
Yum
Um,
yum yum yum.
these stories are just frightening. They really are.
I have to admit it. The European stories they really take things down to a dark place.
They do. I mean, we here lately, we got away from Krampus for a while, and everything went to Santa Claus and this, that, and the other thing. But um, religion itself, like the story of the birth of Christ and everything, is actually kind of scary too. I mean, can you imagine having no place to stay and getting ready to have a baby and people won't let you inside their house and make you sleep in a barn? I mean, God, back in those days, everything was rough. Rough.
It,
And then you got to worry about getting dragged away by an ogre or getting dragged to hell by Krampus or something.
end up being Krampus dinner because you whoops didn't wash the dishes when mom told you to. Yeah, nope, nope. That would
And
terrify me.
you didn't have your socks. You didn't have new socks on, or and the one lady that rips you open that judges your house not being clean enough. You had to leave food and drink out for her too. You had to leave porridge out like the Three Bears. So
A lot of the myths and lore is if you leave out offerings like that for them, they will leave you alone. And if you think back to quite a few of the old legends of the different gods from different cultures and everything else, they all required an offering in order to spare you. So it circles all the way back throughout the entire world of any kind of myth and lore on cryptids or old figures that we research. It's connected right in with everything else.
If you could have a Christmas miracle happen, what would it be? Personal. It has to be personal. It can't be like world peace because we all want that. It has to be something personal.
See, if you told me about this before we did this, I might have a good answer. I don't have one.
I was just thinking about it right before we started recording because mine would be to have that person from freaking that just moved to Tennessee. He told me he moved to Tennessee in August. And it was before I had my surgery, and I haven't seen him since. And it's kind of odd because I started thinking, I know this person is real because you can touch him and he can pick things up. So I know he's real. He's not just somebody that just appears because he didn't appear at all during the time that I was married and going through all those struggles and, my husband being sick and all that stuff. I didn't see him at all during that time. I saw him tons of times before and a few times after. So my Christmas miracle would be for somebody to tell him to come in and literally talk to me because every time we start talking, we get interrupted. And he knows where I work, but he has never called me. I mean, you can call my work and ask for me.
And Christmas miracle, I think for my miracle, I'd like to be presented with a giant reset button for just one little portion of my life.
Oh, well, that would solve that problem right there too. I could go back to the beginning.
I know. Be like Back to the Future. You just kind of dial it in and hit the button and go.
Right.
I would love it. Absolutely love it.
That if we had a Christmas miracle, that would be for everyone. Obviously, we want, world peace and everybody to be fed and everybody to be warm and nobody to be sick and, happiness everywhere. But
yeah, well,
maybe one day.
Maybe I don't know. I'm in the middle of a career shift, so that'll be interesting.
Maybe one day life will be perfect,
Yeah, but there's no such thing.
Without struggling, without evilness, and without good.
But if we didn't have evil, we wouldn't have myths like Krampus.
We wouldn't have any good.
We wouldn't have myths like Krampus.
We wouldn't have any good either, because we wouldn't know the difference.
Well, everything has balance.
Mm-hmm. It does. I don't know about you, but
did you explain the mistletoe thing?
Yeah, Loki killed his brother, or yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the death by mistletoe thing. Okay.
Loki gave the god of war the mistletoe dip.
Right.
Mom arrow, and he threw it and killed his brother because he was blind. How's the god of war blind?
Maybe he used infrared instead of, eyeballs.
Let's get the thermal out.
Right?
Oh, no.
Whip it out. Night vision.
Oh, God. Oh, that's great.
Anything's possible. I've just learned to roll with it.
Oh, you know what that made me think of? The Three Ghosts of Christmas. I mean, all these stories that we've grown up with, they all seem to have their roots with. Go ahead.
There's one more thing that I'd like to add to the Krampus thing.
Okay.
He was also viewed as a figure of justice. And he only punished the bad kids.
That is true. Because Santa Claus praises the good children. So yeah, you're right. That's true.
Well, Santa rewards the good children, but Krampus takes care of the ones that didn't listen, wouldn't do their chores, refused to stay in at dark, when it got dark, didn't follow the rules.
That's true. Are we ready to wrap this up?
Your phone is going off like a forest of songbirds, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of craziness that is. I'm sorry you have to hear that. I have to
All
have it on me
good.
just in case. There's no telling. And now here comes my child. Scratching at the door like Krampus.
Mom! Well, hopefully she doesn't want to eat you too.
Sometimes I wonder. So,
Goodness.
thank you everybody for watching us and letting us tell you a few creepy stories for Christmas. We do want to wish everyone well. We don't really wish any of these horrors to happen or anything other than this that's terrible to happen to anybody. Oh, I do have something to add. If you're in my area, which is around the Birmingham, Alabama, 459, 280 area, and you're stuck in the dang hotel on Christmas, if you can get a hold of me, let me know beforehand. I can probably bring you some food or something that'll make you happy. Or, if it's a big group of people, maybe if I know ahead of time, I can host here at the house. Be fine. Just have to get along with everybody and a bad dog. We wish you well and we love y'all. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
Doing the Queen wave.
Bye.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!